dear students, welcome to the English class of Study Zest, the world of educational solutions. Today, I will be discussing some important question answers based on some important extracts from the poem Wind by the poet Subramania Bharati. Okay. So in the previous classes, I had elaborately discussed about the central idea and the moral of the poem, and also I had explained the text stanza by stanza. So please refer to those videos, and today I will be discussing the question answers from them. Okay, but before going on to moving on to today's class, I would like to remind you of the social media platforms through which you can connect with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever a new video comes up from us. Like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel. You can find us using this link given here. Follow us on Instagram, join our WhatsApp group using this number given here. And for more information, you can log in to the website www.studyzest.in. As you can see here, our YouTube channel looks like this, Study Zest Academy. Do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon, like and share our videos, and we promise to come up with many videos related to your study subjects. And this is how our Facebook page looks like. Do show us some love by liking us on Facebook for daily updated study materials. Now let us move on to the question answer discussion session of today. So here we have the first stanza. What does the first stanza say? Wind comes softly, don't break the shutter of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. So this is what the first stanza tells us. Now let us look into the matter of the stanza 1 and its question. The first question is, how does the poet want the wind to behave? Okay, very easy question. He wants it to behave how? He wants it to behave like a very well-behaved child. He wants the wind to be soft and subtle. Okay, the poet wants the wind to behave softly and peacefully, without breaking his shutters, without scattering the papers, and without throwing down the books from the shelf. What is the poet's tone? Now this is very important. We actually, in the first reading, we cannot say whether it is a request or it is an order. So the poet's tone here is authoritative. Why is it authoritative? Can you guess? Take a moment to guess why it can be authoritative. It is authoritative because here the poet kind of imagines the wind as a little child, a little naughty child, okay, who can just break everything and who can destroy everything. So that's why he's kind of rebuking. जैसे मम्मी पापा बोलते हैं ना कि ये मत करो, वो मत छुओ, ठीक है, similarly, ठीक है, यहाँ पे poet का tone भी authoritative है because he thinks of the wind in the first stanza as a little naughty child, a very misbehaving child. He is not pleading to the wind. He commands to the wind to come swiftly, okay, and slowly. What has the wind done to the poet? The wind has broken the shutters of the poet's windows, scattered the pages on which he writes, and threw down the books on the shelf. So despite the poet's authoritative tone, the wind is an element of nature. Obviously, it will not listen to poet's orders, right? So that's why the powerful wind comes and it breaks down the windows shutters, and it scatters the pages of the books he probably writes on, and he threw down the books from the shelf. The wind does all of these things to the poet. Okay, what do you know about the poet's areas of interest from the stanza? He is a writer. Perhaps some of these papers also contain drafts of poems like this one. Hence, they are very important to him and he cannot afford to lose them. Okay, so that's why the poet was so authoritative while he was talking to the wind imaginatively. His imagination makes him talk with the wind. Okay. In the stanza 2 we have, you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Very important stanza. What questions do we have here? Is the poet praising the wind in the second stanza? Why do you think so? No. The poet is not praising the wind by enumerating its activities. What is the meaning of enumerating? Enumerating means describing elaborately. Okay. Describing elaborately. So he is just listing down, or you can say he is listing down the activities of the wind. Okay, on the contrary, that means on the opposition, he is poking fun of the wind by asserting that it is too weak and afraid to fight with the strong ones. He blames that the wind overpowers only the weak links. Okay, so what he mentions here, that how the wind works upon the weak things and crumbling them down. Crumbling means falling down. Okay, so the strong wind causes the crumbling down of houses, doors, pillars, wood, bodies, lives and hearts. So the wind is kind of poking fun at only things which are weak. Okay, next let us look at the second question here. The poet is presenting the India during the British rule. Comment on this. This is a very important yet very unconventional kind of a question. During the British rule from 1600 to 1947, Indians were much similar to the weakling the poet is presenting in the poem. Indians felt inferior in front of the mighty British. This is very important, that during this almost 200 years of British rule, the British rule, which was very powerful, the British rulers who were very powerful, they made the Indians, the poor Indians, feel inferior, while the stronger powers were getting stronger by the day. So this is what you can say the poet is also referring to, that the mighty British ruled the weak Indians because the latter were weak and unorganized. But but Indians were always brave and they fought for their independence. Our ancestors fought for our independence, and that's how we got independence. So the message that the poet gives us, that don't be weak, gather your courage and be strong against your adversities. So this is what the Indians did during the freedom fight, the major freedom fight before the independence, that they gather up their courage. All the freedom fighters, all the mighty freedom fighters who fought for us, they kind of scared away the British rule once they gathered their courage. Okay, so when the Indians requested the British to leave the British grew dominating. So mere requesting, only request करना उससे कुछ नहीं होता है. They needed resistance, they needed attack. That's what the strong Indians did. When they gathered their courage and strongly defended themselves, the British rule left the country. Okay. What does crumbling heart refers to? Crumbling heart refers to fragile hearts. Fragile hearts means what? Weak hearts. The poet is talking about the wind blowing over someone's life and leaving a trail of disasters behind. That means, as I had said, that the wind here represents the adversities of life. So just like the wind blows over weak things and breaks them, causing them to fall down, similarly the problems of life, the adversities, blows over someone's life and make them crushed, make their hearts fall down, break them. What such an idiom implies is that the trouble that we face in life comes suddenly as the wind and also leave in the same sudden way. Hinting at this, the poet says that the wind can tear down weak bodies and weak hearts. Let us look at the stanza 4. What do we have here? Do this and the wind will be friend with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Wind, come softly. With whom does wind become friendly? Wind becomes friendly with fires that are not ready to give up. That means people who are strong, okay? So the powerful wind, that means the challenges in life cannot make the strong people weak. Okay, the stronger the wind is, the stronger the challenge is. If we are prepared for that, we can defend ourselves against it. Okay, what happens to strong fires when wind blows into them? Strong fires become stronger every time wind blew into them. Again, a very important comparison. Wind here is compared to the adversities of life. So what happens whenever we become strong? We learn to face our adversities in life. And once we kind of learn to face the adversities of life, we become stronger enough to befriend our enemies. We become stronger enough to look into eyes of the enemies, of the challenges, and face them with bold courage. Okay? In what sense is the friendship of wind good? Wind and its friendship is good because wind is able to make us strong. The more the wind blown on us, the more we try to resist, and every time we resist, we become stronger. So basically, every problem that we face and we conquer makes us stronger. Okay, so that is what the poet wants to say here. Every time the strong wind blows over us, it may cause us harm, but then again we face it, we emerge conquerors from it, we emerge victorious from it, we face our problems and become stronger. Okay, so basically the poet tells us to be mentally and physically strong, right? This is the message of the poem. What does this poem teach you personally? The poem teaches us a great lesson. In the society or in schools, we meet people who are more powerful than us. If we are too weak in front of them, they tend to overpower us in some way. So it is not only about people, it can be the problems, the challenges can come in any shape and form in front of us. It is the matter of how we look at it. It is the matter of how we actually deal with the problems that matters to us. Okay, next again there are the next question from stanza 4 are, in what sense is the friendship of the wind good? Wind and its friendship is good because wind is able to make us strong. As the wind blows us, we become stronger. Okay, and it teaches us personally to face our problems boldly. Next, what do we have? We have some comprehensive questions from the poem. What are the things that the wind does in the first stanza? When the wind blows violently, it destroys everything. It breaks the shutter of the windows. It throws down the books from the shelves. It scatters the papers, tears the pages of the books, and brings along a lot of rain. So these are the activities of the wind. Okay. What does the poet say? The wind god winnows. The wind god winnows means that nature shifts the weak people from the stronger people. Everything that is weak is tossed away by the powerful wind and they get destroyed. Okay, so just like a grain is separated from its cover or its husk, similarly weak people are differentiated or separated from the stronger people, and then the weaklings are crushed by the wind. That means the problems of life, when they appear in the life, that is the place where the strong is distinguished from the weak ones. The strong people are destroyed. The strong people can defend themselves, while the weak people are destroyed against the power of the challenges of life. Or in this case, as the poet says, the powerful wind crushes the weaklings. Okay, so just like the winnower separates the grains of wheat from the chaff, similarly the wind god separates the weak from the strong. What should we do to make friends with the wind? Or as I can say, the wind stands for the hardships of life. Okay, so we must make ourselves strong to face the violent wind. When we will be strong, the wind will not harm us. Instead, it will become our friend and help us to grow and flourish. Okay, so what do the last 4 lines of the poem mean to you? The last 4 lines of the poem carry an important message. This is a very important question because this holds the main moral of the poetry. The last 4 lines of the poem carry an important message that the strong people emerge stronger out of their challenges or adversities, and they are victorious. That means they are winner in the face of adversities. We must make ourselves strong like burning fire, which grows and flourishes in the violent wind. We must not be a flickering flame of candle. We must be roaring fire which gets flourished with the blow of the wind. Okay, that means we must be strong. We must be prepared for the challenges. We also prosper in the face of challenges in that way. Okay, so those are the important comprehensive questions from the text. I hope those were helpful to you. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, then do like and share our videos and leave your lovely comments there, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us in today's session. I will be back with more chapters from your syllabus in the next classes. I hope to see you there. Take care. Until then, goodbye.